name's Jared Olsen. I'm the Vice President of People Experience at Job Nimbus. And I love to do culture, anything to do with, and I really like to try to redefine what people think about when they think of human resources, and how we can have a better name and reputation by focusing on people and culture. And I've been doing it for pretty close to 20 years now, and just absolutely love the world of people experience. An interesting thing that happened with Job Nimbus and COVID is we actually were 100% remote before COVID hit. And right before it did, we started to get together. We actually got a little WeWork space. We brought everyone together and saw some magic happen with collaboration and working together. And so COVID then officially hit. Everybody goes home, and Job Nimbus found an opportunity to get a really nice office space and bring people actually in together. And we took the necessary precautions to social distance and wear face masks and do everything else. But our business really started to take off during COVID. And we would say that that was because of the collaboration and the work that we were actually doing together. So we have tried to walk that balance and that delicate walk of helping people feel safe to be at work, but also creating an environment where they want to come in as well. And our business has done really well as a result of everything we focused on and trying to make that right balance. We love how productive people can be, whether they're at home or they're at the office. One of our core values is life balance. And we want people to know that they can be self-driven, right? And they can focus on who they are and what they need to do to take care of work and family and just life that's happening all together. So we love empowering people with being able to make those decisions of where they work and how they work. I've had a lot of conversations recently with CEOs and other leaders about how do you create a forward-thinking culture and people experience team. And the thing that's been on my mind a lot lately has had to do with finding a central theme for your culture. So our CEO, for example, his name is Ben Hodson. In addition to this being his 10th business, he's also a comic book author. He has done some short films that's won some film festivals, and he loves anything to do. They all have the same journey that they go through. Even the shows that my kids watch, right? Every episode, they go through the same journey, and it starts with a call to adventure. They're living in this very ordinary world, and something happens that calls them on this grand adventure, and they decide to go on it. And during it, they have allies, they have enemies, they have tests and trials, and they prepare for this big ordeal. Then they go do that big ordeal, and when they finish, they always resurrect a better version of themselves, and then the journey continues once again. And so one of the things that we have actually done in our culture is we've brought the hero's journey to life. So our job candidates, when they actually come in and interview with us, we talk a lot about the hero's journey. We talk about their call to adventure. We talk about the allies that they're going to have, the tests and trials they're going to go through. We've even designed our office space to be themed around a hero's journey. So all of our conference rooms are based off of different heroes, like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, or Narnia, or Harry Potter, and even the world of Jurassic Park has a hero's journey that goes in it. So I have been talking to a lot of these CEOs about, what are you as a CEO passionate about? Because we work for companies because of the leaders and the vision that they actually have. And so I was talking to another CEO actually this week, and I said, what are you most passionate about? And their answer was music. I love music. They play all sorts of instruments. And so we started to talk about how they can make their core values based around the concepts that you'd find in music. And when you have meetings, how can you have agenda items that have to do with if the band is in harmony and if you're in sync, or if somebody's off tune? I talked to another CEO this week, and their favorite thing is to be very athletic, and they like wake surfing and being outdoors. And so we talked about how can you create a stay young mentality and have different teams with different themes that they're trying to focus on, and ingrain it not only in the values, but also in the one-on-one conversations managers are having with their employees, and ingraining it in the candidate experience. And all of the culture should be focused around this central theme that really means a lot to people. And it's been a lot of fun to see that evolution happen these last few years with Job Nimbus of the Hero's Journey. But I had a previous company a handful of years ago. The owners loved video games. And there was one video game in particular they loved called Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And we built our culture around the concept of that video game. All of the conference rooms had little maps where you could go and strategize. We'd stay late every Thursday night and we'd play that game together. And we would talk about the difference of, it's a first player shooter game. So we talk about the difference of what a gun can do versus like a grenade, and how you would use those in different times in the game, just like we as a leadership team would do different strategies at different times. So are we super laser focused on something, or are we going in and just spraying all over the place and causing a lot of chaos? So what's been on my mind lately is, how can you find a theme or a concept that resonates with you as a CEO or an executive team or the shareholders of the business, and then bring that to life? Because instead of then going into recruiting and talent acquisition and to your employees for employee experience and retention and saying, here are our values, you're instead sharing a story, a narrative about the hero's journey. Where are you at in your journey? How are you getting that next stage in the journey? And how can we support you in that evolution? And also acknowledging in the hero's journey, everyone resurrects. They become a better version and they need a new journey, which means that there are times where people are going to leave our company. And instead of saying, no, don't go anywhere else, stay working here, we embrace and we applaud and celebrate when they found a new journey and go somewhere else, because there's new challenges and tests and allies that they need to have. And so that's been the idea that's been on my mind recently, is how can we bring a culture to life through one centralized mission, purpose, and theme?